My friends, today we're going to read a story called If Your Monster Won't Go to Bed. As we're reading, I want you to be thinking about this assignment. This is what you're going to do afterwards. We're going to cut and glue onto a separate sheet, which is next to it, just like this. We're going to talk about the characters, the setting, and the three important events that happen in the story. So we're going to cut these out and glue them onto this page, cut them and glue them on this page, and then write underneath each one about the characters, the setting, that's where the story takes place. So the characters are who's in the story, the setting is where the story takes place, and then three important events from the story. So while you're reading, while I'm reading, and you're listening, think about three important events in the story, okay? If your monster won't go to bed. Time for bed. Who hates those words more than anything? That's right, your monster. But we all know what happens when a monster doesn't get enough sleep. Massive monster tantrums, refusing to join the sneak up and scare your sister game, and falling asleep in his slug mush. Let's review a bedtime routine guaranteed to help any monster drift off into peaceful nightmare land. Rested and ready to play, toss the slime ball with the rest of the kids and monsters. Don't ask your parents to help you. They know a lot about putting kids to bed, but nothing about putting monsters to bed. It's not their fault. They're just not good at it. Don't bring in your dog to cuddle. She'll bark and whine and chase your monster's tail, and your monster will growl and snarl and chase your dog's tail, which will lead to a monster meltdown. And who wants that besides other monsters? Don't do the monster stomp. Your monster will wiggle and waggle, flick his fur, and clench his jaws, and the next thing you know, he'll be shaking his bristly bottom, and he won't want to stop. And you'll be shaking your unbristly bottom, so it will be a big bottom shaking, waggle wigging, fur flicking, claw clenching monster kid stomp, which will last all night. Save the monster stomp for daytime fun. Don't have your monster count sheep. You know what will happen. And sheep aren't good for monsters' digestion, and all that wool makes him gassy. The sheep is saying, this is bad because the monster's eating him. Don't give your monster a glass of milk. Monsters hate milk unless it's sour and green and smells like dirty underwear. Burp. And if you give them sour, green, dirty underwear smelling milk, they'll stay up all night burping sour, green, dirty underwear smelling burps. And who wants that besides other you-know-whats? I know that's a lot of don'ts. So if your monster won't go to bed, what do you do? Step one, pour your monster a nice big glass of calming, crunchy, oozy bug juice slimed with ooey gooey snail trails. No monster can resist this. And maybe you can't either? Go ahead, take a sip. Are you gonna take a sip of that? Not me. Step two, give your monster an ice-cold, shiver-inducing bath to relax him, and make sure to scrub behind his ears with mud soap. Step three, brush your monster's fangs until they are at their smelly, rotten best, and don't forget to floss. Step four, help your monster find his favorite squishy squashy can't go to bed without it toy. Put all the other monster toys in your parents' bed. They will appreciate your thoughtfulness. You think they will? Do your parents like if you put toys in their beds? Read the freakiest, creepiest, scariest story from your bookshelf, screaming where appropriate, and watch your monster's eyelids droop. If your monster asks for one more story, shout, "No way!" and get ready for Step 6, in the key of Screech, sing Shockabye Monster and listen to those gigantic monster snores, along with the snores of your family and maybe even the whole block. Congratulations, you've done it. Your monster has officially gone to bed. You are the master of monsters, the captain of creatures, the baroness or baron of boogeymen. You're so good, everyone in your neighborhood will start asking you to help with their monsters. Uh-oh. Looks like that dragon won't put on her pajamas, and that werewolf won't stop howling, and that zombie is annoying the whole family. I know a lot about monsters, but nothing about dragons or werewolves or zombies. I'm out of here. Great, now that we've read the story, go ahead and cut out your shapes, just like Miss Barnes. So I only cut out one side. You can leave the other for something else. And I put them on this blank piece of paper. Here, I'm going to write the characters in the story. Who were the characters in the story? Here, I'm going to write the setting. Where did this story mostly take place? Where did it mostly take place? Then I'm going to write 3 events that happened in the story, 3 things that happened in the story. My friends, if you would like to, you can also color or add drawings to show what happened in these events, but make sure you first use words and then you may use a drawing, okay?